Well, joining me for more on this development is Director General, Center for Credible Leadership and Citizens Awareness, Dr. Gabriel Nwambu. Good to have you join us on TVC News at 10. Professor Amupitan is coming in at a crucial time in our polity. What do you consider priorities for him?
Thank you so much for having me. Professor Joash Amupitan, as a technocrat he is, has elucidated his portfolio the way it is. This is a right choice, and the Senate actually has asked very pertinent questions that borders on the credibility of the Independent National Electoral Commission and the trust issues that has been established for a while now. You know, issues that would generate the mingling gap of trust to be breached properly. And then Professor Joash has been able to clearly state, you know, based on what he has said in the Senate, you know, that he's going to do as much as he ought to do.
Now,
he has explained.
Yes, he spoke quite extensively, and one of the submissions he made was the need for an electoral offences court. Just how important do you think this is?
No, very, very pertinent. You see, electoral tribunal, electoral court, you know, that could be carved out so that INEC itself will concentrate on elections, as it were. But courts and offences, you know, electoral offences has to be handled, you know, by a different section. And the fact that Professor Joash has actually propounded this is a way forward, because these are part of our submission to unbundle the cumbersome assignments that have been given to INEC. And that would increase the performance and the credibility of the Independent National Electoral Commission, as it were.
Now, Professor Amupitan also spoke about, you know, reviewing aspects of the Electoral Act, particularly on electronic transmission of results. Do you think this would be a step toward actualizing that growing call for electronic voting in Nigeria?
Excellent. Professor Joash did say that he's going to actually do a review of the IREV. The IREV is the portal with which Nigerians can view, you know, election results from the polling unit level. That is the Form EC8A, the result sheets, you know, the way it is transmitted so that Nigerians can see. It was actually introduced by Professor Mahmoud because he intends to ensure that the elections are credible. But Nigerians had issues with it, you know, and then Professor Joash is talking about, you know, issuing a profiling, a review of it, so that the credibility will be restored. And that trust deficit that has lingered between Nigerians and the Independent National Electoral Commission will be bridged accordingly. From what Professor Joash Amupitan is talking about, he has demonstrated that he's ready to hit the ground running. He has demonstrated that he's a no-nonsense man. He has demonstrated that is going to restore the trust, you know, for which Nigerians have been yearning for.
Director General, Center for Credible Leadership and Citizens Awareness, Dr. Gabriel Nwambu. Many thanks for sharing your thoughts with us on TVC News at 10.
Thanks for having me. Good evening.
The focus is still at the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives has now held a valedictory session in honor of the